Hi guys, how's it going today? It's now February the 3rd, midnight, and I want to talk about NEO very quickly before I go to bed, okay? NEO is one of my favorite coins. It's always been one of my favorite coins. I've always believed in the technology. It's known as the Chinese Ethereum, right, for a reason. It started to really get popular when the Red Pulse ICO during that time over there, right? When it went from $30 to pretty much 48 or something, like right around this time here, $48, yeah. Then yeah, so I want to talk about it because I believe it's coming to a very close draw right now for what's going on, close to the end of the correction at least. But we have to make note of something quickly, okay guys? Oh, before I start, please click on the link below. Take 2 minutes of your time, or not even 30 seconds. Go to my blog there, read the written version of this as well, because sometimes we can learn different material by learning by using different methods, right? Sometimes you'll learn more when you're watching, sometimes you'll learn something as well when you're reading. So please upvote it while you're there, and make sure you also like, subscribe, and share the material as well. If you believe that I'm doing a phenomenal job, consider buying me a coffee or a beer for myself and Luna, but don't ever feel obligated. So I want to talk about Bitcoin, okay? I want to talk about Bitcoin first, and that's important for us to make a distinguish between the two. So someone had to ask me, what coin do you know well? I know Bitcoin very well, guys. We're talking extremely well, as you guys have noticed, and Ethereum very well as well, right? I've been nailing targets for both of them just left and right. Like yesterday, I said it would go down to 784 or 79.84. It went down to 79.60. Literally like right on the nose. And then Ethereum, I said it was going to go down to 770. We hit it at 768, right? But what I'm getting to is, because these coins, I know them well, I know their habits, which means that we can use it as a comparison for other top coins as well. And just going to CoinMarketCap here, I want to talk really quickly about CoinMarketCap and NEO just to get this part of the way. NEO here, right, just, you know, before it was $30, so we were talking like a $2 billion market cap coin, right? And now all of a sudden, assuming that we're not talking about before the rise, okay, before the downtrend and it started to bleed. So it was like, you know, way down over here somewhere, like top 20, 30. Now all of a sudden, it's now number 6, guys. It's known as the Chinese Ethereum, right? Before it was Ant share, it picked up a lot of popularity right during the Red Pulse ICO. And now we have gone from literally $30 to 190, I think. What was the high? What was the all-time high here? 190, $200 pretty much. 198 there. Now we also have to say to ourselves, wow, okay, Bitcoin started correcting December 17, but right after December 17, this guy just skyrocketed, right? We didn't care about Bitcoin correcting. We just cared about playing Neo and Ripple during that time, and that's the truth, right? So we have to ask ourselves, is this coin really a great coin, right? I mean, it had the resilience of not correlating with Bitcoin during Bitcoin's correction, right? Its market cap just skyrocketed from a lower rank to a top 10 rank. Now it's number 6. And it's also a very healthy chart as well. It's got a very, very good team, guys. You know, if I go to CoinGecko here, let me just show you. I'll go to CoinGecko and I'll show you NEO. And let's check out some of the stats on here. Like, we're talking about metric scores 73, liquidity 79, NEO 81, right? Community needs a little bit of development, I suppose, based on these metrics here, but this is a really, really strong percentage. 81% involvement from the developers community side. That's ridiculous, guys. Like, it's a good number, right? It's got a lot of good metrics that we might want to consider. And Bitcoin is actually going up right now, so I'm going to short something. Every time Bitcoin goes up, I just think to myself, I'm going to short something. Now, I won't do it in front of you guys. So now, Bitcoin corrected, for example, to the 618 region, right? We have to acknowledge that NEO is a little bit behind right now for Bitcoin, okay? It's definitely a little bit behind because it was a month ahead, right? Bitcoin was a month ahead. So NEO didn't actually start downtrending till about January 17, like right around this day, which was just a little while ago here, actually. So I just wanted to bring that up, that we are a little bit behind on NEO, and now what we're trying to do is actually count 5 waves. We saw Bitcoin correct to around the 618 region, okay, around the 618 region. We saw Ethereum wants to correct to around the 618 region as well. We see A, B, C in here, and if I zoom in very, very, very close, actually, what we see is we use wave 1 as a resistance for the wave 4 territory, and we just see perfect wick. That's it. Just a wick actually got in there, guys. Nothing more. Just a tiny little wick. So where's the other wave? There's got to be another wave coming down here somewhere. So what I'm getting to is that it's almost done its correction, guys. NEO is super close to being done its correction, in my opinion, before it starts to make some sort of wave up, right? But what we notice here is that this, okay, we notice this right here, that it's pretty much about to break this RSI support rather. It broke this one already. Now it's most likely gonna break this as well, in my opinion. It's probably gonna end up coming over here as well. Maybe right around here. I can't see it getting super duper low, like to the 20s or the 10s, because we have to assume that it's a very bullish market in general for NEO, and this is just a very healthy correction, okay? And this wave probably did a 161.8, 161.8 right there. Close actually. This third wave did a 100, so I'm gonna expect this one to actually come down a little bit more, guys. Tiny bit more. It's actually doing a super healthy correction right now. We are basically in a very respectable region, okay? We are in this region right now. Let me show you guys closer here. And, you know, it came down here before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It came down to about between the 0.5 and 618 fib level. And that one there, I'm sure a lot of people just use this right here as a really good zone to be interested in, right? It's more so this zone right here that a lot of people are interested in. So I'm going to assume that Bitcoin, guys, is going to correct a little bit more. How could we not assume that right now? And you guys know how in tune I am with Bitcoin, right? I follow other analysts as well, okay? And I follow other analysts because I like to look for loopholes in their methodology, and I like to change up mine so I can be right because I'm learning from their mistakes. And a lot of other analysts out there, it's not patting myself on the back, guys, or anything, but I've been fairly accurate with Bitcoin, more accurate than any analyst I know on the internet. Just put it that way right now, okay? I think my accuracy is very, very high lately, and you know, I'm really happy to be developing these skills, and I really hope that you guys are learning a lot from me as well, because I genuinely want to help you guys. You know, I want to make sure that you guys know and get inside of my head, and it's very empowering. You know, it's a very powerful thing to me to be able to pass on this knowledge to people, because I want you guys to share my success as well, and to also share my failures and learn from them, right? Anyways, my whole point is that if Bitcoin is immune, right, is not immune to these types of corrections, then we got to make sure that we know that these other coins are not immune as well. Regardless of what it is, it's not, unless it cured, like, you know, a major disease or something like that, unfortunately it's still going to correct. And because I need to see another wave coming down here, and I don't see it yet, I have to assume that because Bitcoin is still in a correction mode right now, whether we like it or not, I do think it's going to get to 7,500 to 8K ranges, then we got to assume that NEO will probably get there as well. But do you guys know what I love about NEO? What I love about NEO is this right here, okay? NEO's almost done correcting. There's no doubt in my mind, right? But if we look at NEO right here from when it corrected to right now, which is 109, which is 18 days, okay? But Bitcoin, how long has it been correcting for, guys? Check this out. 18 days on NEO versus 48 days on Bitcoin. So we're talking about you know, 40% worth, like 50% only, right? We're talking about 18 versus like 50, we'll say, okay? So we're talking about a coin that's actually very bullish and very fast. It doesn't really need that kind of time frame to correct, nearly as much as, say, Bitcoin, for example, right? Even though it started about a month ahead, Bitcoin, we have to see NEO as a coin who started correcting a month later. But it's actually catching up and it's almost done. Does that kind of surprise you guys how bullish it is? It sure surprised me when I found that out today. It's kind of like Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash corrects 3 times faster than Bitcoin itself during the consolidation method, or consolidation period rather. And it amazes me how bullish NEO is in general, okay? So I want to look at the daily chart here. Like I mentioned, right, this RSI is peaking through here right now, but I do believe it's because there's going to be another wave coming down here and we want to test this range. I really believe that we are going to test this range heavily down here, and there will be one more, okay? It might be a double bottom. I don't know exactly when it's going to be, honestly, but if I do my fib extension right here, and this one hit about, you know, a little bit lower there, like it's hard for me not to think that the NEO target range is going to be between like $84, about 84 and $98. 84 to 98, that's what I'm going to be hoping for. Now, let's see if we can actually get some support regions down here, right? I don't know if this region right here will hold, okay? I do think it might not hold, but then there's another region just on the lower end of it, like right over here, right? So what I'm going to guess, because Bitcoin is also correcting as well soon, I think it's going to end up going down, that this one will eventually correct, guys. It's going to eventually correct. Like, look at the volume dying off, okay? Between basically $84 and I'll say 95, $84 to $95. And that to me seems like a very logical place to be during a correction between $84 and $95. So this is one of the coins that I do plan to hold for a long time. This region to me, like for a longer term hold, it doesn't matter to me too much when I buy it. I just want to try to catch the bottom as best as I can. This is not a coin that I will be day trading. It's something I'll be holding a very long term. And I have to acknowledge all the different zones that I see according to the Fibonacci level as well. And the Fibonacci level here is above $84, right? So absolutely, I'm going to be interested in it between $84 to $95. And, you know, even if we uptrend a slight bit right now, I still think it's going to end up making its way down there, guys. It's just inevitable. There's not 5 waves that has formed that we can officially count. So because there's a lack of a 5th wave in here right now, well, got to make sure that we get that first before we go into a very long position over time. So I just want to give you guys my quick thoughts on NEO, that I do plan to get very interested in it if it falls between $84 to $95. People thought that NEO would never fall below 100 again. Hey, it fell to $94 right there already. So we have to acknowledge this particular price zone in here as our higher end support, and then the lower end here as well. Now, long term, what am I projecting, guys? I think this coin's gonna, like, honestly moon this year. I think it's gonna be under the radar, and people won't even be noticing how high it's gonna go later. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a very quick one, just from say the bottom of there, the impulse move up to right about here. Okay, I'm doing a very conservative approach, and I'm targeting about the, you know, the 618 fib level, which was around $88, we'll say, between 84 and 95. Like, I really do believe that long term, guys, that that this coin's gonna hit, like, it's gonna hit something like $385, like something ridiculous like that, higher than, yeah, around there. I think long term projection, it's gonna hit $380, we'll say. 350 to $380. That's going to be my first guess for target 2. Now for target 1, I'm going to guess myself a little bit higher than here. This one's going to be about $275 to $280, and this one here $275 to $285, and the next one will be about $350 to $380. Like, that's my long-term projections for it. But as it stands right now, I really want to get into a really good position between $84 and $95, around there, 85 to 95, just choose some round numbers. I need to see this one more wave. And then once it actually hits there, I will play it. I don't know exactly where it's going to go. I don't know if it'll start its impulse wave up. I don't know if it's going to get to here, but I want to buy it well under $100. And I think that that time is going to come in about a week or so at most. So I just wanted to add this to my watch list and let you guys know that this is something that you should also keep track of, okay? I wanted to do a quick NEO analysis. Wasn't that quick. I'm sorry about that, guys. I know it's been a while. But whenever I get very caught up in getting interested in a coin, I tend to spend a little bit more time on it as well to give my full thoughts on it, okay? So long term, guys, I do believe that we are going to hit some ridiculous numbers way up here. You know, target 1, we'll just say 295 once again. Target 2, about 375 down the road. So these are my quick thoughts for NEO. I hope it has given you some insight in one way or another using Fibonacci and Elliot wave and some small long-term projections as well. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please consider upvoting it on Steemit as well, and also re-Steem it. That'd be great. And make sure you also like and subscribe to all this stuff on YouTube and on Twitter as well. And if you guys would like to let me know I'm doing a great job, you're welcome to consider buying me a beer or a coffee or something by donating to Luna. That's my dog, her cryptocurrency piggy bank there. Other than that, guys, I will follow up with this in a few days. You know, I don't know with certainty it's gonna get here or not. Okay, this is more so an ideal scenario between 85 and $95. There it is where I'll be very, very interested again. And other than that, guys, just have yourselves a great night and please stay cautious always. Bye now.